Hey y'all, I just want to do a little intro on my book and why you should buy this book. First of all, this book was laid on my heart to write to women, to teach them that they are queens and that they should not settle, and to empower women, educate women on some game that some men play, and the mistakes that they are making in relationships and picking and choosing the man. And I want you ladies to understand this right here. A queen is a woman that have high self-esteem. She know her worth and her value. A queen is like a state of a mind, how you feel about yourself. I talked about a soul tie. What is a soul tie? I got, scripture on where I get a soul tie from, where it comes from, how to break the soul tie. That's chapter number 6, is on how to break the soul tie. Till you love yourself first, you're not going to attract the type of love that you need from a man, because you don't know what love is until you first love yourself. And self-love is not just looking good, putting on makeup and all that stuff. That's part of it. But but self-love is you becoming a better version of you in every aspect of your life. Mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, and finding your purpose. That's when you really gonna have self-love. And that's what I teach y'all in chapter 11. You need to leave a relationship. Once you read chapter 12, if you in a relationship with a toxic, wrong boy, I guarantee you're gonna leave that relationship. Hey, listen to me, queens. Get you a copy. Queens don't settle. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. And maybe not buy one copy, buy a copy for somebody else. Share with somebody else. Share this book, because I need to get the queens to get this book into their hands, to let them know that you are a queen. And you may have settled in the past, but you can put your crown back on your head and walk in royalty like God created you to walk in. The link to get this book is going to be in the description box. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. Click that bell so you get notified when I do videos. Every time I upload a video, you'll get a notification. Hey, God bless y'all. This is Coach Rod. Get your copy of this book. We'll talk soon. Welcome to another episode of the Coach Rod Show. I want to say sorry for being late. We're having some technical difficulties. I gotta get a new producer, y'all. I gotta fight my producer. He don't know what he's doing. No, I'm just playing. I can't fight you. Here volunteer. So, but nevertheless, we here. I got an awesome show for y'all. I got another guest in the house and on the Coach Rod Show. I see y'all comments. Hi everybody, how y'all doing? I don't want to get into name calls because I might forget somebody, but I see y'all comments on YouTube. Good to have y'all on here. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have a good topic tonight. I got another guest. This young lady is a client of mine, and the reason why I asked her to be on this show because number one, I'm proud of her, because she's in her purpose, and that's one thing. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight is purpose. And that's one thing that I always try to direct my clients who come to me and say, Coach Rod, I want to get married. I want to get married, but it's hard out here dating, as a kingdom woman. If you're not giving it up, a lot of guys are overlooking you. So Coach Rod, what can I do? And y'all know me. I don't believe in telling women how to get a man. What to do to get a man, do this to get a man, do that to get a man, and all this stuff here, because, I believe that women are so fearfully and wonderfully made. All a man gotta do is see them, and that man gonna do what he gotta do to get them. You see what I'm saying? And all that woman gotta do is she interested, is she like him, is reciprocate. So I don't teach women, how to get a man, nothing like that. You know, that's why I direct, my clients into finding their purpose while they're single. Instead of, sit here and putting focus on you don't have a husband because, it's millions of women in your same shoes. Millions of women in your same shoes who's, looking for, well, I ain't gonna say looking for, they shouldn't be, well, someone looking, but who expecting to get a husband. They want to get married. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with being a woman and desire companionship, desire marriage and nothing like that. But as a kingdom woman, the time that we are in, it's just gonna take more patience. And another time I tell my client, just focus on your purpose right now. Coach Rod, yeah, but I still need a man. That's the response that I get. But I'm proud of this young lady right here because she have every right to be seen her crying about a man and stuff like that. She's a single mother of three, and she refused to sit here and worry about a man. Instead of her doing that, she found her purpose and she's doing her purpose. And I wanted to bring her on so she could be an example to the young ladies, the young girls, and to the older women as well. So without further ado, I want to bring on, amen, I am Tiffany. Hey Tiffany, how you doing?
I'm good. What's going on, Coach?
I'm doing real good. Good to have you on the show.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, yeah. So introduce yourself and tell the people about you, your name and everything, what you do and everything.
So I am Tiffany, Empire Impact Ignite. That is what I'm all about in helping women reclaim their pearls, girl. I'm basically positioning myself as a kingdom coach and entrepreneur, certified, of course, life coach. And what I do, I let the Lord use me. I do several different things, but I really try to be willing vessel to God in any aspect of my life, from community service, mentoring young ladies, young girls. I'm a master educator and master stylist by trade, but I've been tapping more into my purpose, and as I'm doing that, God is just opening doors. So I'm a servant of the Lord.
That's real good. That's real good. And like I said before, I'm proud of you that you doing you and your purpose because the young ladies need it in this generation. They need a, a, a woman like you to do what you do. We're gonna get into that. Let everybody know what you got going on, what your purpose is. Because I found out that a lot of the young girls have not been taught right. They've been not been raised right. They've been raised, and they don't know what real love is, and that's why a lot of them end up selling because I received an email and this week I'm talking about being a single mom and courting, and I received an email and that email was like that her mom, she thanked God that I'm doing that video because her mom is an example of what I'm talking about in my videos,
Hmm.
and she never had that right example, so she can't look to her mom and for her mom to show her how to be a queen and whatnot to set her. 'Cause her mom is dating a bunch of grown boys and stuff like that. So, it's good that you are a young vessel for the Lord. Um, so tell them more about your purpose. And well, I want to say this here. First of all, what what led you to find your purpose?
Well, just now, even when you were sharing about the email, I can relate to that. Like, I just lost my grandmother the Friday before last on my birthday. My grandmother raised me. My mother was on drugs 20 years. So even though my grandmother raised me, she was married, but my grandma was the resounding voice in the household. My grandmother said something a couple years ago. It might have been last year, and it stuck with me. We was at my mom's house, and she said, I am a hood rat. That just confirmed to me that my grandma really never really fully knew who she was. So me just looking at my grandma, appreciating my grandma, appreciating, my mom, God using her as a vessel to, get me here. I'm like, I got some stuff I gotta get, and it ain't just for me. They gave me what they had to give me, but I believe that God got more for me. So when I began to come across you, and our other brothers, I'm like, yes, I never tapped in. So it was lying. It was confirming when I was like, okay, I know it's more to me than this. I know it's more to me than this. It don't matter how, what the cards look like that I was dealt. I knew it was more. And honestly, each season of my life, and I done took a bunch of, all my life I had to fight, which even in what I'm doing now is allowing me to really use what God gave me even more for his glory, with the transparent part, not to mask behind makeup or trying to put on a facade like I got it together or I always knew it. But that's really how I began to just walk in it, because it began unfolding. The more I be, just asking questions and just looking and paying, observing where I came from, who I came from, where I am, and then where God trying to take me, it just allowed things to keep unfolding more.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And that's the thing, and one thing I like about you is that you are, resilient. You was able to bounce back despite of the example that you had, and sometimes our parents can only do what they know.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta look at their story, you know, how they was raised and stuff like that. Like back to the email, maybe that young lady was her mother was raised, you know, so the same way. So she don't know no better. So what we are doing is breaking the cycle of
Yeah.
women, growing up, not knowing how to love themselves, not knowing what real love is, because they have seen it their mother all their life, but grandma, you know, so they don't really know what real love is. So that's why God had called me, you, and other people to be that voice, that light to the women who have not had the proper upbringing. Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. You didn't have always had the best in life. You've been through some things.
Mm-hmm.
You've been through some. If you don't mind me sharing, some failed marriages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you bounced back. You didn't let that get you down. You. That's why I brought you on here to show my follower that you can bounce back. You know.
And if I could say something, Coach, um,
Mm-hmm.
um, I heard God as clear as day in the midst of my marriage, my last marriage failing. God spoke to me. This A lot of people don't even believe that they can hear God, and I was one of those people. And God told me the name of the ministry, which is, because I asked God. I said, "Why is all my relationships not lasting?" Like, I just was asking him, like, if we were sitting at a coffee table, and he said, he was like, he's calling me to broken women. Like, it was like he was encouraging me in the midst of me asking the question, but giving me my assignments. And he gave me the name, Reclaim Your Pearls Girl International. And he was telling me that we basically cast our pearls to the swine, Matthew 7:6. And from that day, even though that marriage it crumbled, it served its purpose. Through my transparency and my testimony, God has literally been faithful, done blew the mind of my ex-husband, because God began to restore me right in front of him. God began to restore me in front of everybody that spoke against me, and even showed me that, as long as I trust him, he got me. I don't have to look for love. I don't have to settle. That's what I love about the title of your book. I do not have to settle, because every time I was tapping in and God was about to literally take me off, I fell for the distraction. I fell for the decoy.
Yeah. Wow. That's. that's so amazing how you said, God spoke to you and he even told you the missionary's name. And, a lot of times, we get in, we get in bad marriages for, our lack of knowledge, us not knowing better. And I think that would have worked with you. And,
Yeah.
you know, you were still growing at that time. You didn't really, know the stuff that you know now about the red flags and stuff like that. But, one thing I like about it, God got a way of turning around what the enemy meant for bad for your good.
Yes.
He got a way of turning your pain into purpose. So God saw you in that, and he knew that, he wanted to use you. And you submitted to his call on your life, and you allowed him to use you, and you started, reclaiming your pearls. And like I said, you could have, you could be right now selling again, but you refuse to lay your crown down. You may laid it down in the past, but you picked it back up and you put it back on your head, and now you are a queen, and you are rebirthing queens. You are, you're a queen, but and that's what queens do. Queens is not perfect. Queens bounce back. Queens may fall, but queens are resilient. And what you're doing now, you are helping birth other queens with reclaiming your pearls. So tell me a little bit more about that, like what all you do with reclaiming your pearls, and tell the women that may be interested in and want to be a part of that. Give some more information about that.
Okay. So I'm gonna give an example real quick before I go into that. I remember when I first gave my life to Christ, I never really noticed that I wore pearls, but I remember when I wore pearls, one of my aunts said I didn't look right in them. She said they ain't look like they fit on me. And I laugh even to this day, because with the assignment that God gave me for broken women that may be broken. I know everybody might not be broken in pocket, but they might be broken in their spirit. They might be broken from relationships, the loss of a loved one, the loss of a child. God told me to make sure that I keep my mask off. Let them know that they always got a safe place. They don't have to be forced to speak on their situation. And I know that I haven't been through half of some of the things that women done shared with me versus, being like stroke survivors and different things like that. But as long as I be who he's called me to be, it will allow these women to want to speak up, and speak out on what it is that they're doing. And understanding that a queen thinks different from a girl that got to reclaim her pearls. So he gave me a Queen City Dynasty, because I've always been a woman that's been about my business. I still been always on my grind. But when a person is broken, when a person is down, you got to give them a minute. You can't kick them while they down, and you can't rush them to get up. But let them know you here. If they need that hand, that shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you. That sisterhood, because a lot of people have been betrayed, so they're not gonna really trust people real quick and real easy. So, which it lets me humbly even still serve people in the area of hair, because God already set me up to be a listening ear to people in my community. But I never really cared about the hair. I always cared about the people. I always wanted to make sure that nobody ever had to feel like I felt, like they wasn't good enough, like they wasn't smart enough,
Wow.
regardless of their complexion. So that's pretty much what Reclaim Your Pearls Girl about. And it don't matter what color. That's why it's international. It don't matter if you in the States. It don't matter if you local or afar. You can reclaim those pearls.
Yeah.
And you don't have
Well,
to do it by yourself.
well, that is so good. Um, so, and one thing uh I noticed about you, your purpose is reclaiming your pearl. Your passion is, barber and doing hair and braiding and stuff like that. I'm gonna also um, let you talk about that later on. Um, But that's what a lot of people don't understand. Your purpose and your passion is different. You know, but you can do both. You don't have to just do one thing. You can, work your purpose and your passion. Her purpose is reclaiming your pearls, which is helping women, becoming queens, and teaching them that, you don't have to, what I'm saying, continue to be the way that you in. But then again, she also in her passion, making money and stuff like that on her own, got her own thing. She's an entrepreneur, you know, at the age of 33 years old, that's good for her, to be in that position, yeah. God is so good, and that's why I tell every single woman, that's single right now is put more energy. And Sister Danielle talked about it last week, put more energy in other stuff, being a better mother, starting your business, stuff like that. This is what's going to keep you from selling. This is going to keep you, out of bad relationships. This is why I say get in your purpose. It's part of self-love. When you're in your purpose, it's part of self-love. Yeah.
And she said, "Be a better mother." I could speak on that too, because really, one saying I do say is your gift will make room for you. Me doing hair was a gift that I God just gave me that gift. I really don't like doing people hair. I like making people feel better. But as a single mother, and as I begin to appreciate the gift what God gave me, that gift done put food on my table. That gift done fed my children. I'm a single mother of 3. And even while I was married, I still was the one holding down majority of the responsibilities financially. And when there's one gift, God is opening doors. It wasn't happenstance that you called me. It was because I'm answering the call of the Lord, and He's opening doors. And as a mother, before God gave me Reclaim Your Pearls, I was already making up my mind to begin to love myself. Stop putting too much of my energy other places. I got 3 kids. I need to give them more of me. Whether my husband want to listen to my voice, whether the ministry I'm serving at want me to do anything. I got 3 people that God is entrusting me with, and I got to start making that decisions because these are my priorities that I got to make sure is in order. And I made sure as I began to do that, God was favoring me. Even as the marriage was crumbling on down, I still was faithful to God, and I was making sure every choice that I made was pleasing to God. I made a few mistakes, but immediately I fixed those too. And I really feel like the bride of Christ, because the more I get in God, I know that's a safe place. And anybody, any man, any business partner, any opportunity, it got to go through God to get to me. And that's a good feeling when you know you in a safe place.
Amen. I like what you just said too. Any man, anybody that want to get with you, they got to go through God. I like that. I see in the comments somebody say, "What is her name again?" Her name is Tiffany. Her name is
I
Tiffany.
go by I am Tiffany. Yes, on if you find me on Facebook, then you'll see Tiffany Kanzader or Tiffany Styles. But if you want to, you know, I am Tiffany.org. You can, connect more with me as well. And we do have the Reclaim Your Pearls Girl community on Facebook. That's where we do our community at.
So she have her own website, iamtiffany.org. And also she got a Reclaim Your Pearls group on Facebook. You can find her on Facebook as Tiffany Styles. You know, you just want to stick with Tiffany Styles, that page right there.
Or
I think
Tiffany
you're doing that page
Kanzader.
more.
They can do Tiffany. Yeah, they can do Tiff. They can find me on Tiffany Kanzader if they want to, because I don't always have enough room for the friends.
Okay, yeah. So if you have Facebook, you can find her on there, and also she have a YouTube channel, and her YouTube channel is Reclaiming Your Pearls. If you search it on YouTube, her channel will come straight up. You will see her, her videos. And I'm asking all of y'all to subscribe to her channel, because she is part of the Queen tribe. She's been watching me I've been an inspiration in her life. Again, she's been booking
Booking my
sessions with me.
session.
She's a previous client, and when and I saw her live on Facebook, the Lord just led me, to get her on the show. Reach out to her and have her come on the show because I like what she's doing. When I heard her talk about the reclaiming your pearls and all that, I was like, wow, that's what I'm talking about. And I wish we had more single women like that, that's focuses on their purpose and their passion and stuff like that. Now, one thing I remember when I was coaching her, no, I saw one of her lives, and this one thing I like about her. When I saw one of her lives, she was saying like it was some guys that she saw, I think at the gas station. She was there giving them small talk, but one of the guys tried to holler at her, but right then she turned it down because she knew, based upon conversation, that that wasn't her purpose. So Tiffany, talk a little bit about about that and like how if you see a guy that's not on your level, whatever, you just don't deal with him.
Okay, so that ain't happened all the way overnight. And I had to learn how to still be ladylike with my response. Because if we use wisdom, you can be nice and gentle, just like we done seen on other stuff. Everybody don't want to deal with rejection, and they might. I don't want to trigger nobody. In the point of me, lightly letting them down. So I try to make sure that I'm polite and still just you ain't it, because I know you ain't it because now I know how to identify red flags. I know that I'm not trying to act, like I'm better than nobody. But if you talking a certain way and it don't sound like way God got me at or where God is taking me, then there's no need for me to play no games with myself, with my children, with my purpose, and with this individual because I'm not your pastor. Even, I'm not your I'm a woman of God. I evangelize, but if you are not saved, then we don't even match. Like we don't match as far as in a intimate relationship like that. So this conversation either gonna be you need to know the Lord or you need a job or what you need because it can't be me, not in that type of manner. And we got to get to a place where we okay with knowing that this individual don't look like purpose, don't smell like destiny, you don't sound like them. I don't care what I used to like, back in the day. It ain't it today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I want to ask you, Tiffany, what helped you get to this point today, or what how you got to this point where you're able to do that? Like you said, it's not like you're better than nobody, but
Yeah.
you know where you're going and what God has for you. So how you like what got you to this point? Like how you get to that point of what you did to get to this point in your life right now? That if it don't sound like God, you're not going to entertain it.
I'm because I'm one of those ones. I got to learn the hard way. I'm one of the ones I see for myself. And I believe at this point, I'm actually 34 now. 3 kids later, I done learned enough the hard way. So, especially this last marriage, I never been that low, and God know how to deal with each one of us. And I had to ask myself, how did I get here? Okay, I'm continuing to repeat cycles, making the same choice, even when I'm seeing the good in the person. I got to look past even that facade. So that way I do not get in such a dire need to be rescued out of a situation that I really got myself into from one choice. From
Amen.
one choice, I got myself into the situation because of even what I did not know. So now I got my circle so tight. Any man, I don't care. Coach Rod already know. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and I say, Coach, I got somebody trying to talk to me. I'm bringing them into the session, and guess what? I trust my sounding board. What it sound like? What he looking like? If it ain't
Amen.
looking right, if it ain't sounding right, I'm gonna rock with the people that I'm serving with. That's been here before this individual showed up. They might
Exactly.
sound good, look good, everything, but I'm covering me.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, if I say I do, when I close the door, who dealing with the person? Still me, not my
Amen.
pastor, not my coach, not my homegirls, not my nobody, me. So I'm like, oh man, I gotta make sure I'm checking everything. I'm running it by God. I'm making sure I'm not being led by my flesh. I'm making sure I'm not being anxious. I'm not letting fear lead me as well. I'm not gonna let the arrogance of a woman that's in business make me feel like I don't want a two parent home, a partner like God designed it to be. So it's like I gotta really be in a place to make sure that I got myself covered on purpose. Even that.
Yeah. Yeah. Amen. And then that's one thing, Tiffany do. She have people that hold her accountable. She have booked more than one session with me. When she start talking to a guy, she book a session. She got people in her circle that she can get advice from, and she take the advice and she judging and weigh, and she let the Holy Spirit lead her, and that's how you do it. Some people, some women, they shut the coaches out, the pastors out when they want. I guess that's when they desperate. They just
I was
hide.
guilty.
They potential from everybody. I'm gonna be with him. I'm tired of being single, and that's a mistake that women make, and that's a really dangerous because that's what a narcissist and a man who put hands on women, he wants you to isolate people like your coach, your pastors and your family members. He wants you to get, you know, by yourself where it can just be you and him. You ain't got no support system. So,
Yep.
queens, you gotta always have some type of person accountability. A coach, pastor that you can trust and stuff like that. Somebody that can, help you do the vetting because we don't know everything by ourselves. Trust me, we all need that right there, you know, and that's a part of her protecting herself, setting boundaries, and that's self love. That's self love. A lot of people may think, well, that's stuck up, whatever, whatever. The one who say that, those are the one who don't work on themselves, have not done anything to. So they gonna look at a woman like her and be like, oh, she's stuck up. But she's not stuck up. She protecting herself. That's how you protect yourself from the men with the bad intentions is having boundaries. And
And I didn't
boundaries,
have
that's
no
it.
standards.
Boundaries and stand not that bed, keeping your leg closed.
Yes.
That's how you gonna protect yourself. Any man with the wrong intention, any man that's been sent by the devil, he gonna leave you alone. He gonna leave you alone. They like women who don't have nothing, no boundary, who just and they come in your life at your most vulnerable state, and the enemy was sitting right there, and a lot of women fall for that right there. So that's one thing, I like about you, Tiffany. I want to talk more about your Bible Academy because I do want people to know about what you do. And I remember you were saying what age you started doing hair, and talk about that and what made you do that, and talk about your academy and how you got I think braid like a boss and stuff like that. You teach women how to braid real good. Let the followers know about that.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, Braid Like a Boss was a braiding program that I came up with because I've been doing hair since I was 12. My grandmother raised me. My aunt used to do our hair, but she would braid too tight. So I started braiding my own hair, and then I braided my two little sisters' hair, and then I braided so good to where in the seventh grade I was getting clients. These last few years, like within the last 4 years, I had some of my neighborhood, childhood friends from the neighborhood done reminded me and told me that I taught them how to braid and some things when we was little. So I was already trying to figure out how can I give back to women what I had. And braiding, God told me, take them back to the beginning. That's how I started braiding. Even though I'm a master stylist and educator now, I started braiding. So I developed that course, which is even developing even more, which is gonna be it's my signature course at this point. I was already gonna do the online academy from when we was in COVID. I was already working on that while we was working on our coaching systems and different things like that. And since the transition, because I told you about the move and everything like that, um, I went to a school and I went to a barbershop. I knew that I already opened up several shops. So helping women start their business, that's something I'm good at. So I knew when I relocated, I wasn't trying to open a barbershop. And I sat down. I already had to switch the name to Dynamic Hair Designs Barber Academy. We on Facebook and we on IG as well. Um, the training, the school, the teaching, the understanding, giving them the confidence. So I done had men and women taking my class because I'm a barber first. So when I hear them talk trash about the barbers, I'm gonna come through and get what I need to get to give it back to my brothers. Because naturally, it's a lot of barbers, but it's a lot of female barbers too. So now I got the best of both worlds to uplift the men as well as the women. Because even when God told me my assignment with Reclaim Your Pearls, girl, he said, as you are lifting and encouraging these women, make sure you tell them, don't tear the men down. So it's like the academy, I'm super excited because it's my brand. God gave it to me. I'm going to glorify God with it. It just happened to be something that's needed in the marketplace. It's getting more appreciation since COVID, the industry of beauty itself. And I even had spoke with a lady the other day, and she was telling me her child had different health issues, but she is now braiding. She's in my boss don't I got a global connect, a boss braider global connect community. So it's gonna connect all the braiders from all over the globe. So that way, if we learning different tricks, if they can't afford the class, different tips and stuff like that, all of us can be in there, and it's still empowerment. And then they can learn how to do different things on a business level, because you don't have to just do it as a side hustle. You don't just have to hustle and do it. You can really develop it, and it can really build something great for you and your family, and you can give back in your community.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
And Deuteronomy 8:18 said, God has given everybody the ability to get wealth to establish His
Yeah.
kingdom, and that is her ability to get wealth. And also said your gift will make room for you.
Yes.
Um, and she a living testimony to that scripture. Her gift, her ability to get wealth, had made room for her, but she learned how to work it, and that's the thing. A lot of times, as Christian people, um, we think we just pray to God and things just happen for us. And the Lord dropped this in my spirit. I'm going. The next time I get an opportunity to preach, at the church, I'm going to preach about doing the work, because the Bible says faith without works is dead. You see what I'm saying? So we as Christians, we was taught, pray for your finances, but we don't believe in doing the work though. We just think that one day we just pray for my finances, and you're gonna wake up one morning and you're a millionaire. If I give $100 in the $100 line, I'm gonna wake up one morning and then I'm a millionaire. No. You gotta tap into your gift, your ability to get wealth. I've been preaching this for a long time. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. My followers are mainly black folks, and black Christian people just don't get this. They just don't get it. You cannot expect your finances to change, and you keep using your gift and talent, going to somebody's job, punching in, and then you just expect one day to be a millionaire. It don't work like that. I know they taught y'all that. I know the pastor lay hands on you for you to be financially blessed, but you gotta do the work. And that's what, Tiffany, done. She done the work. You gotta step out on faith. Faith is believing and acting on what you believe. If you don't put action behind your faith, you got dead faith. You see what I'm saying? So you know, because of her tap into her gift, you know, that's just something that I don't think nobody even, you know, I think it just came natural, right? Like, I think she had, I think she had froze up. You know, yeah, she had froze up. But yes, that's, like I said, that's why I brought her on. You know, to you know, to teach the queens that you don't have to settle. You don't have to accept the things that you was raised up around. Because again, she had the best family. You know, but she refused to let that get her down. And now what she's doing now, it's the beginning of breaking the cycle. You know, she's breaking the cycle in her family. You know, starting with her and her three boys. You know, and it takes a lot um, for her to do that right there. Um, Tiffany, you may have to log out and log back in because you frozen. I don't know can you hear me? And and that's the thing. And I've been talking about single mothers and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be talking about that. I got some more videos coming up about single mothers because my spirit is real stirred up about some stuff that I see going on, and with single mothers. But this young lady here, making decisions not only for her but for her sons. She set her sons up. She finna build a legacy. That her sons can take and run with, and break that cycle of poverty, break the cycle of dysfunctional families. All it takes is just one person to break that cycle. You know. Um, Hello, Tiffany.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see you again. Yeah, you here froze up, but I'm glad you're back. Yeah. Um, I was just. Yeah, I hear you. You hear me?
Okay.
Yeah. I was just telling the audience like how starting a legacy and how you
Okay.
breaking a
Yeah, I can hear you
cycle
good.
in your family.
Am I
You
free?
know, you're doing something good. That's something your sons can take and run with as well. Finna start the call in. Finna start the call in.
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Legacy. And you said my sons can take it. I can pass this on, and it's not just the money. It's really them finding out, and even me raising them at an early age to walk in who God has called them to be. So they don't really have to even repeat the cycles of their fathers.
Amen.
Important. Yeah, it's very important. I don't hate none of fathers, but I tell you, I don't want my kids to repeat half of my mistakes, neither theirs.
Amen.
Just it gotta stop. It gotta stop. And if my choices can make a better outcome, because I can't control the choices that my children gonna, make. We all
That's
got
right.
free will, but I'm gonna do my part to make sure that the legacy goes on and curses and chains be broken.
Broken.
I know, but you was even talking, and I know we got some people on here. Um, I'm cute tonight, but I served faithfully for the last 11 years in a ministry where they capped me. My gifts, I was ready. I was asking God, why this going on in the church? Why this going on? So just to be able to let God build me up, in a place where I'm not broken, I'm not bitter, and I can speak from a ministry perspective, I can speak from a community perspective, a little girl perspective, a businesswoman perspective, and be respected. I give God all glory, because I went the action, still out. No, I can't be told not to do this, told not to say that. My leaders got good credit, but they not trying to help the people get their credit done. So now that I'm free and I'm loose, oh, I'm ready. I'm ready to do and help whoever. It don't matter if it's one person on the scene, off the scene, because a lot of people are just ready to come out of poverty. They ready to come out of so much tradition. They ready. They just need somebody to get them that push. So
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
can use me or my children. It don't matter to me.
Yeah. And you're a strong single mother, and you know God just using you to you know to be that example for your boys, and get them some, like you said, not trying to down they father, nothing like that, but pretty much you just trying to break the cycle. You don't want to repeat the same
Yeah,
mistakes of you. And when you're a good parent, when you're a good mother, you and a good father, you want your kids to do better than you. I don't know about y'all, but I want my kids to be successful. I want them to accomplish better than what I accomplished. And and that's what you're doing. You put them in that position to be able to accomplish, some things even better than you, and break the cycles
yeah.
of their forefathers and stuff like that. And that's where it starts. One person got to be, able to start break that cycle. We're gonna open up the phone lines. If anybody want to call in right quick. Talk, ask a question. You can go ahead and call in. You want to ask Tiffany some questions about her, whatever. Call in, or you want to ask
And
me some questions. You can call in at this time. And when you
one of the
call
things I get a
in,
lot.
ask your question, quickly. Move on so that way somebody else can call in. We can get much callers that we can. But the number is there on the screen, so if you want to call in now, you can start. Get ready to call in. But yeah, I'm just so proud of you, Tiffany, because you're doing something great, and I know it's not easy. I know it's not easy. Being a single mother of three, and you got a caller. Okay, we got a caller just called in. How you doing? Welcome to the Coach Ross Show. You on the air? Might be a little delay. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Coach Ross Show. You on the air?
How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Thanks.
Hello.
Yeah, thanks for calling. You on the air? Go ahead with your question.
Good.
I can't hear.
I just wanted to ask Tiffany. I think that that's a real good what she's doing as a young female, a young single mom. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes.
Ask the question again.
Okay, Tiffany. I just wanted to reach out to you and let you know, sister. I think that that is a very good, positive thing that you're doing to help the younger females in today's generation because they do need this type of positive influence, especially from a younger female. I just like to tell your sister, good job, and that is a good thing to continue to follow God's path and to continue to get God's favor in your life. Because we all get God's grace daily, but at the end of the day, we want His favor. And it is hard as a female to be out here because right now it's just like, ooh, the men out here is 0 to 9. But when you keep God in your life, He will eventually put the right man in your life. And just keep your head up, sister. I love you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Love you
You was
too.
able to hear her,
Appreciate it.
Tiffany?
One thing I will say, this what I you can hear me, coach.
Yeah.
I was gonna say before the caller came in, one thing I did, I keep the main thing the main thing. The absent party is not the important factor. I don't worry about who's missing. I appreciate what I got. So that's a lot of what I get asked, especially on the single mother note, I don't focus on putting the energy into who ain't doing what. I do what God give me the strength to do, and we keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I like that. We got another caller on the air. How you doing? Welcome to the Coach
Hello?
Rod Show. Hey, how you doing?
Hello?
Yes, you hear me?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Can she hear us? Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead with your question. Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Yes. Hey, how you doing?
It might be a delay.
If you're trying to listen to the show and on the phone at the same time, that's probably why you having that problem. Um, but yeah, you can ask a question whenever you get a chance if you can hear me. Okay, the caller had dropped. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the Coach Rod Show. Go ahead with your question. Hey,
Hello?
yeah, hey, how you doing? I don't think she can hear me. Hey, if you can hear me, just
Hello, I have a question
ask
for
your
Coach
question.
Rod. Hello, I don't know if I'm on air,
Yes, you on the air. Go ahead.
but
You're on.
I have a question for Coach Rod.
Okay.
So, like, I know, like, when it comes to like, people make it complicated, but I feel like with saying to a guy, like, you're pretty much like what did you do after, like, you because it's like once he's gotten that, that's all. He doesn't really look at you.
Yeah.
It was coming in and out.
Yeah, we got another caller. I guess she hung up. Yeah, I didn't see. I didn't get the question. Welcome to the Coach Rod Show. Go ahead with your question. How you doing? Hey, how you doing? Go ahead and ask
Hello?
your question. Hey, welcome to the Coach Rod Show. Go ahead with your question.
Hi, so I have a question for Tiffany. I know you guys were talking about how you decided to take braiding as a passion, and I recently just started braiding, and I just wanted to know if you had any advice for beginner braiders and when you're just starting and you're just getting your first few clients of how to not get discouraged and just keep pushing.
Yeah. So what you can do, I dropped my link um in the in beginner, intermediate. I'm frozen. Intermediate and
Can
advanced
you hear me?
courses, so I
You
can
did
do a
that?
complimentary session with you. You was asking how to get not get discouraged as a beginning braider, right?
Did you hear me at all?
Yeah,
Yes.
she asking. You- I don't know. I don't know. Can you hear her? But she's was talking not too long ago. Can you? Did you hear Tiffany?
That's the question.
Yeah.
Did she hear me, Coach?
She explained. I'm asking you. Did you hear Tiffany talking? She was explaining you. She was asking me your question. Did you hear Tiffany?
if you're interested in the beauty of barber field, beginner braider, intermediate braider, advanced braider, I know it's a kickback a little bit, but just definitely book you a complimentary. All you gotta do is fill out a contact form on my website and say that you was on the session tonight from Coach Rod, and we'll go from there. And I can answer your question, and I can definitely help you in any area I can.
Okay, so her website is imtiffany.org, right? This is what.
Yes.
So my moderator, put her website in the comment section. imtiffany.org. You know, and then on there they can, she's also a kingdom coach. I forgot to say that she's a kingdom coach. She do coaching as well, stuff like that. So her email is imtiffany.org. If you have any questions about, reclaiming your pearls or the
Braiding. Yeah, they can
yeah,
go to the Dynamic Hair Designs Barber Academy on Facebook. And if you're a beginner braider, it doesn't matter where you at, because I work with anyone. As long as you can comprehend, then I can help you. I can help you start your business, build your brand, market you, and all.
yeah, yeah. So wow, so y'all reach out. Y'all reach out. The ones who into braiding and stuff like that, reach out. Reach out. Um, and also you wanna, you're into want to get to know more about the reclaiming your pearls and stuff like that. Reach out. That's what it's all about, y'all. That was all about. Like I said, I like when I bring other people on, because I don't have everything. God, he got other people that he um gave a voice to as well, and I like to use my platform to get people more notice. Also want to help her out and stuff like that. That's one of the reasons why I brought, the Lord led me to bring her on too. you know and also that she can inspire someone. We got another caller. We got another caller. um how you
And I
doing? Welcome to the
appreciate
Coach
you for
Rod
that
show.
too, Coach.
Yes. I had a question for Coach. My question is like, once you have, I feel like he'll lose interest in you, and he might not ghost you like completely, but he'll kind of like, get complacent, like they text you out. He's not gonna be as nice to you. So I feel like virginity is like really the key. 'Cause, like you mentioned, when you sleep with a guy, easily like lay your phone down. So I feel like God, he doesn't see you as anything special because your prized position has been given to him free of charge. Okay, thank you, Coach Rod. Bye bye.
All right. Yeah, I could not understand what you were saying clearly, but I think you were saying something about being inconsistent or something like that. Your phone kept cutting on and in and off. But just to answer that question, when the man is for you, you're gonna know it. You're gonna know it. No inconsistency, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're gonna know. You're gonna know where he treats you. You're gonna know. You're just gonna know. You're gonna be glowing. No confusion going on. If you confused, if he inconsistent, got an excuse, and all these stuff here, that's not the one for you. He's not into you. I hope that can answer your question. But that's the main thing is a man gonna come in your life and talk all that smack. Oh, you my wife. Oh, you so pretty. They gonna do all that talking. And like I tell y'all, when you first meet a man, when he talk, let it go on one ear out the other. Just like Tony said one time, when a man talk, this is what it is. In the beginning, lip service. Lip service. Because you want to see this man actions with your leg closed. And if you interested in this man, just reciprocate. When he call, you answer the phone. And like my man R.C. Blaze say, skip to the beat of the man. When he stopped calling, in the beginning, he trying to get to know you. When he stopped calling, you start calling. He start texting, you start texting. You know, you let him lead. Okay, he gonna be doing all that talking. You know, and he got to be a man to back it up. Cause I'm a man. I know when a man see you with his wife, he ain't gonna let nothing get in between you and him. See what I'm saying? So yeah, that's just what I teach. You want to expound on that, Tiffany?
You can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm co-signing everything Coach Rod said because let me tell you, they'll be right up the street from you, inconsistent. They'll call you their wife. They'll take you out to eat one good time, and then nothing else. And you over there trying to figure out, oh, what it is. It's nothing. If you trying to figure out what it is, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Period. Keep
Mm-hmm.
your legs closed because when we are more emotional and we carry. So that means whatever you lie down and this man bring to you, you accepting it. Now you all over the place. You know, if you like that, no. When you see it, go the way because it's for your good. Like God not gonna give you something that's gonna confuse you and make you
Yep.
stressed out and make you feel all over the place. That's not
Mm-hmm.
from God.
In the color. Yeah, that's very true, Tiffany. We got another caller. How you doing? Welcome to the Coach Rod
Hi,
Show. Go
Coach
ahead with
Ross.
your
So the
question.
question is like once you have sex with a guy, like I feel like he'll post you, but he's gonna lose interest in you over time. I feel virginity is the key because uh, when you like sleep with a guy, you give him his, so he kind of doesn't look at you in the same way. Like almost a look of like he feels the feeling of this easy, how easy you are. But yeah, my question is about like once you he'll eventually lose interest over time, and like that's why
Your question,
virginity.
So she
All
so
right, go
she said
ahead.
when you sleep with a guy, they look at you different.
not yeah, absolutely. That's for you or for me. When we sleep with a guy, they look at us different.
Yeah, go ahead, Tiffany.
Is was that question for? Okay. She was talking about virginity. It was going in and out. So when you sleep with a guy, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna lose respect for you. Depending on who you are and how you carry yourself, they might have a little respect for you, but you done kind of lost some grounds. The goal is, even if you was not initially a virgin, then you need to rededicate yourself just to God. Recommit yourself, and that ain't none of their business. You keeping your leg closed, that's your business, and that's gonna let it be known that you got standards.
Yep. And think about it, a lot of people ask, and Sister Danielle taught me something last week when they tell a man your actions and stuff like that. And Sister Danielle brought a good point. You tell him you ain't gotta open your mouth up and tell him. You tell him about your body language. You tell him about what you ain't gonna do. And a man know. And he know if you got standards, you're a queen. He know that. He also know when you weak. I mean, you easy. And one thing about men, I'm gonna say us because I was this way, but now I'm not. But us men, if you just for an example, if you let us hit real easy, like on the first date, in our mind, now I'm not saying that it's right, but you a thought, man. On the first date, he loses respect from you right there. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's true. A woman shouldn't be judged by her making one bad decision, but you can make one bad decision and you could be a good woman, a queen, and you couldn't have never done it. This could be your first time you giving your body to a man on a first date, and he gonna judge you from that point on. And in his mind, you a thought, and right then and there, it's not gonna be no relationship out of that. or no marriage. Now, if it do, I know somebody gonna say that's not true. I slept my man on the first day. We been married. Here come your hot dog. Okay, you ain't gonna be happily married giving your body to the man on the first day. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You see what I'm saying? So you got another caller. Go ahead with your call. How you doing? Hey, welcome to the Coach Wise Show. Go ahead with your question.
Hi. I just wanted to know. So I recently went on a date with this guy, and I had a good time. We talked, opened up to each other, and he, after the date was over, he insisted that I come back to his house. What does that tell you about a man when he's rushing to come back to his house on the first date?
He want to hit it. He want to hit it. And I don't know if you've been following me a lot, but like I say, that should be your boundary. Enforce your boundary. And I don't know what your belief is. I don't know if you're a kingdom woman or not. She's just talking, but I don't know if you're a kingdom woman or not. Whatever what your belief is, but he discretion from the pits of hell, and that's it. Whenever a man take you out on a date, until you come back to his place, the last conversation you had with him. Expound on that, Tiffany.
Yes, because can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you this. My last marriage, I didn't give it up. I'm gonna tell my business. I didn't give it up quick. But when I tell you he kept inviting me over, I would be getting off about to go over my mom's house. Can you come over here? Mind you, I got the ring. I got the ring. That was the worst marriage I ever could have been in because that man was very lustful. He would be inboxing other women, had other addictions that we done discussed, and it was not satisfying because his intentions was not pure. His motives were not pure. I would have knew that even when it took me out, our meal ended up being $60. He about that. Some men, they'll take you out, but you want to know, hey, I'm not a cheap thrill. I don't care if you
Exactly.
spent $60, $160. That's not how you step to me.
That's right. That's right. A queen, and this one thing I say: a queen can't be broke. $60, $100, 200, 2,000. Queens cannot be brought. Your money, what you spend on me, is not going to get me on my back. You know, and back to what Danielle said. Danielle said last week. A lot of guys say, "Oh, I didn't sleep with you because I respect you." No, you didn't sleep with me because I respect me. I ain't letting you sleep with me because you're not my husband. I don't care how much money you spend on me.
Exactly.
You ain't getting in here if we ain't married. You see what I'm saying? That should be your mindset, as a woman. You know, um, I'm gonna take one more caller, and I'm gonna go ahead and end it. But yeah, that should be your mindset as a woman. But and Tiffany, she just showed y'all the mistake that she made with her last marriage. When he kept begging, and I did a video about this right here. Whenever a man can't take no for an answer, he got the wrong intention. He keep begging and begging and begging. That's a distraction, and y'all got to recognize those distractions and cut them off. My producer say begging like Keith Sweat.
Yep.
Cause y'all know Keith Sweat can beg. Keith Sweat can beg. I used to love me some Keith Sweat back in the day. He was the begging guy. The begging man. But yeah, you queen, you can't, settle for that type of behavior. You see that stuff? He just want one thing. That's all he want. Tiffany, I'm finna go ahead and let you go. But do you have something else you want to leave with my the Queen Tribe here on YouTube?
If you haven't booked your session with Coach Rod, Book your session with Coach Rob because he's telling us do not. If you don't know how to not sell session with me, so you can begin reclaiming your pearls. Because this is not the time to settle. This is not the time to not know who you are. This is not the time to not want to do what it is God is calling us to do. And if you don't know the Lord, this is a time to get to know the Lord so you can get in your
Amen.
purpose and do what it is. And that way you can find your purpose mate at the appointed time. Y'all be encouraged. I definitely love you. Thank you so much, Coach Rob, for this opportunity to come on here with you. I do not count it as robbery to show up, but a privilege and an honor. Thank you so much, and you keep doing what you're doing.
Amen. Amen. You're welcome. You're welcome. Because what we doing is very needed. Very needed. What we doing. And also too, Tiffany also is a author. She just finished a book. What the name of your new book?
My new book is called A Safe Place.
Her new book is called A Safe Place. So you can find that book also on iamtiffany.org. So go to her website. If you want to order the book, if you want to be a part of the Reclaiming Your Pearls, go to that. Just go to that website, and everything you need is on there. She have a book. She just finished writing it and everything. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what it's all about. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being a part of the show. You know, and that's what it's all about. You know, like I said, I just felt led by the Lord to bring you on because I like some of the things you were saying, and I like how you bounce back. You settled in the past, but now you got that queen mindset, and now if a man want to come to you, he got to come correct. And one thing I like about you is it's not that you trying to be arrogant or rude, but it's just that in a nice way, like, hey, you turn him down, and that's what it's all about, just being that queen that God called you to be. And instead of why me? Where my man? And where I'm gonna get a husband? You redirecting that energy and helping other women becoming queens and teaching them not to make the same mistakes that you made. That's real good. That's real good. But thank you for coming on, Tiffany. I really, really appreciate that. New Bern, North Carolina, I will be there August 27 and 28. The time is almost here for that, so I can't wait. God already gave me a message, and it's gonna be powerful. I already know what I'm gonna talk about. Y'all need to get to that conference. They have not booked your register for that conference yet. Please register for that conference. I have a dynamic word for the queens. I already know the scripture and everything I'm coming out of. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. And also, if you want to book a session, the link for that is going to be in the description box. If you want a mercy session where you don't want to wait, you just send me an email. I want to say I thank God for all of you. I really do appreciate you so much. All my subscribers, all my family, y'all my family. My sisters, I appreciate y'all. Stay strong and keep doing what you're doing. Remember, queen don't settle. God bless y'all. I'll talk to y'all soon.